Hey y'all, I've got this Dewalt drill and the cord is ripped out of it. This belongs to my neighbor and friend, and he was using this over on his farm and he stepped on the cord and accidentally pulled it out of the drill, and he took it somewhere to be fixed, and they just kept it for a while, like 6 months or a year or something, and they didn't fix it. They just never got to it. And so he finally went back and picked it up and brought it to me and asked me if I could fix it. And I told him I was sure I could. And so we're going to. To be honest, I have never owned anything DeWalt, and I've never fixed a drill like this, but I have fixed a lot of other stuff. I noticed, first of all, when we take this apart, we'll probably have to take some of this case off. We'll start with this handle. And these screws are either slotted or they're also a Torx bit, and it looked to me like a T20. So I put a T20 in my drill here, and we will take it apart with this. One of the things that I like about this particular drill is that it has a selectable speed, and then one that's this automatic thing for if you're doing electrical work and it's all about sheet metal screws and panels or something. I don't use that setting a whole lot, but it is nice because this is the surge, and it doesn't have quite as much power as the other Milwaukee drills like this. But the surge has a hydraulic hammer, and so it's easier on my hands. And with the selectable speed, I don't have to worry about stripping screws out and that kind of thing. I don't know if you can hear that. That's that tick, tick, tick. That's that hydraulic hammer working, but it's kind of quiet. I said hydraulic hammer. I meant hydraulic anvil. Yeah, this looks like it locks into the back of the case. So that's when I went ahead and started taking all these out. And yeah, the camera's fixed up there. I'm probably doing a horrible job at giving y'all a picture you can actually see. Sorry about that. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not anybody special. I'm no expert. I'm not, you know, I'm just me. Just an old country boy who has had to fix things because he can never afford to pay somebody else to fix stuff. Okay, so it broke inside of here. Go ahead and take that off. Huh. Let's slide this on here, because if I don't do it right now, I'll forget. I know me. Just slide that on down. And this looks kind of dirty. He said it wasn't very old when he got it, or when he broke it. Of course, when he got it. When he broke it, it wasn't very old. But he's like me. He's got a farm, and I think he probably used this in his chicken houses. Some shrink tubing right there. It's crimped like... Oh, look at that. Ah, see, I'll bet this... Huh. I wonder if this was inside of that. I don't know, but I've got some heat shrink. So, and so this runs up to the trigger assembly, and yeah, it looks like these just pulled out of there. It broke the insulation and broke the wires, right? Somebody twisted those after it happened. Okay. wonder if that comes out. Make it easier. Yeah. Oh, that's nifty. Okay. Sorry, it's just my first time seeing how one of these worked. And so it's just interesting to me how it's put together. Okay, alright, enough of that. Y'all aren't interested in that, I'm sure. Looks like that's in place pretty well. Alright, let's strip this back. What do you think? Take a little more off of it? Try to do this one about the same spot. Or a little further down. But you see how these are offset. So those being offset just stands to reason those would be. Yeah, this is going to be an easy fix, isn't it? I don't think I have any crimps that are that small. I do have some very small heat shrink. And then maybe a bigger piece or two we could put over the whole thing. Let's see what we got. This little assorted case of heat shrink that I got from Harbor Freight some time ago. And it seems to work pretty well. I bet this green would fit on there. Sure will. Okay. Put that on there. And then maybe one. Do we need the whole piece? Yeah, we'll use the whole piece. And if we wanted to double it, these are a little bigger, right? I wonder if that would take the whole thing. Probably not with those on there. Let's see. It's a little bit bigger. That's the same as the other one. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Let's see if we can put this big one. I'm probably going to go overboard on this, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sure somebody will tell me a better way to do it, and that's okay. Please do, man. I learn all the time. I am not so proud as to think that I know everything about everything or can figure everything out or just looking at it even know the best way something should be done. Take this and cut this in half. Why? I don't know. Just want to make sure I get that attached really well. Okay, so look, someone's going to tell me I should solder these together, and I could. Soldering doesn't, but you know, I'd have to use a be careful at the kind of solder you use, right? And someone's probably going to tell me that I should use crimps to connect these, and if I had crimps that were for this size wire, I would do that, but I don't. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Okay. All right. Put the other heat shrink on there before we actually fully connect it. And someone's going to tell me I shouldn't twist them and then untwist them. It's going to be okay. Slide these down here. Should I trim this off? I can't think of a reason to leave it on there. Come on, quit. Okay. Black to black. And someone's going to tell me there's a better way to twist these. There's lots of fancy ways to twist stuff. Main thing is to get a really good connection, right? And then to insulate it, slide this on. Well, I didn't want to bend it the other direction. Might have to. Let's see. There we go. Work this up. Okay. That feels good. I've got a lighter here someplace. Do not play with fire. Yep. Burn that cotton. And a little more on this side. I ought to have that pretty good. I'm going to slide these right on top of where the actual connection is. And then let's do that again. It's okay-ish. I'm gonna put this on there. You know what, I've got some splicing tape too. I might put a little splicing tape on it just to, I don't know, maybe not. And that's going to be inside of there, and our connection is right there. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's back this up a hair. There we go. We'll shrink, heat shrink where the connections are, and then back onto the cord. What do you think? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's put the trigger back in. If it was more complicated taking apart, I would probably test it first. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Get that wire back where it goes. That one's inside. That will move right. Okay, that works. Alrighty, we are getting there. This didn't take long at all, did it? Let's see, put this back on. So, if you notice or not, this these are grooved, and so they slide. It doesn't just press up. It comes up and it slides down. This wire, there's a blue wire right here. That wire keeps wanting to come out. Okay, that looks good. And this fits there. And there's, yeah, that lock in behind. Just like that. Nice. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I am, aren't I? That piece right there. You know what we're going to do? Yeah, I didn't slide this up either. Forgetting everything, y'all. I'm sure one of you were screaming at me about it. So we have this little clamp that screws on. It was this way and holds that in place. I'm going to put just a little bit of this got this splicing tape. Put a little piece right where that's going to go. That's not going to work. Did y'all see that? It was almost bad. Could have sliced that cord. Be careful with sharp knives around electrical cords. Okay, so this is going to fit in here. And that's going to go right on top of there. And that's about where that's crimped. So I'm going to guess that this held the wire in place. And so the insulation wire broke right where this was, so I'm going to put this on here, and this stuff stretches pretty tight. I'll make just a little bit of a knot right here for that clamp to grab a hold of. Hopefully that won't be too much. I don't think so. Slide this up and put it right there. I probably had this out of the picture, didn't I? Sorry, y'all. If I keep moving it out of the way, just holler at me and tell me. So I'll put it back. And yes, I'm being very careful to strip these screws out. If they strip out, then this little clamp's no good, right? That was snug, plus another one more little tick. And over here. And that's snug. Another little bit. But like I said, we do not want to strip it out. Oh yeah. I think that's going to hold. Okay. Alright, back to where we were. Gotta put this back on again. See that blue wire trying to slide out of there? Ooh, nice save with the screw. It tried to jump on the floor. Alright, tighten the handle down. Another thing you can do, since these are slotted or a T20, you can just take it up a little snug and then take your screwdriver by hand. You can feel. And right about there. And this one do the same. And I can see it's not quite all the way snug, so we know it's going to turn, right? And that looks good. And now the back. And the screws for the back, there are 4 of these. One, 2, 3, come on, 4. All right. And look, y'all, I've got nothing against Dewalt. They're a good company, they make good tools. Have my own reasons for using Milwaukee, and I do only stick to one battery platform. So you won't see me buying other types of cordless tools because I only want one battery for everything. Okay, now we'll take this and make sure it's snug. And there's probably a torque spec for this, but get it tight but not over tight. Right there. 2 more. And 1 more. All right. Let's put these handles back on. And I took it off by hand, so I assume it'll be okay. Let's see. Do you want to use this like this or like that? Probably like this. And since I'm putting it back like this, he probably had it the other way. I don't remember. I could go back and watch the video, couldn't I? That changes out easy enough. Alright, now let's plug this in and see what we've got. Anything? Got forward and reverse. Well, it's all fixed. What do you think? And that ladies and gentlemen, is how you repair the cord on this Dewalt drill, and it is a, thought I'd be able to find it, a DW130V, 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter variable speed reversible drill, VSR. Very good. All right, that's it. See y'all next time.